So here's what we're going to do. We're going to go over head snapper light. This is going to be head snapper light, okay? This is not one of those I can't go to bed because I just saw this position. Not yet. The next two are going to be I cannot go to bed. None of us going to go to sleep tonight. I mean, not for a couple of hours, because this is going to be swimming in your brain. So if you want to go to sleep, it's a good time to leave now and watch the stream tomorrow, like in the replay, all right, or on YouTube. By the way, if you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel, I am on YouTube, Grandmaster Ashley. Look me up on YouTube and subscribe. Show a brother some love. Show a brother some love, okay? But you can do that. But right now, I'm warning you. I'm just warning you right now. You may be like, Maurice, stop the BS. You know it's not that serious. Oh, okay. I'm just saying. I'm doing a service to the community. Warning you right now. All right. Yeah, I'm on YouTube, Hellstorm Angel. What is up with y'all people? I'm on everything. I'm on YouTube. I'm on Insta. I'm on Facebook. I'm on Twitter. Just look at my page. Look at the page you're looking at me on right now. Look down the page. I got an app. Did y'all get my app? Because if you didn't get my app, I haven't talked about my app on the stream. So I'm just a TikTok. No, I'm not. No TikTok. No, that's too much. That's too much. Let's get to this position. Zoltan and Masi against another Zoltan, Giamessi. All right? Now, let us take a look at this position and understand what's going on. White has 2 rooks on the 7th rank, dominating rooks. White also has, count them, 7 pawns to 5. White's feeling great. Okay? White's feeling great. Absolutely. If I had the opportunity to replay one game of chess that I played, which one would I choose? Without question, the game I beat Shabalov with the black pieces in St. Martin. Without any doubt whatsoever. That was one of the sweetest sequences of my life. All right. So this position, it is white to move. White to move can easily draw the game. Easily draw. No question about it. Just start checking and it's a draw. But white didn't want no stinking draw. I was like, I don't want no stinking draw. I just don't want no stinking draw. So white played rook to a7. The threat is mate. It's a mate threat, right? And stops the pawn from queening. And it definitely stops the pawn from queening because you obviously cannot queen because it's mate. It's just mate. All right. The Alphabet game was sick. Just subscribe. Appreciate it, Spider Laker. Appreciate it. So, mate threat, you can't queen. You can't queen. So, black could just move the king over and then there's no mate anymore. But instead, it was a head snapper moment. A head snapper moment. White thinking that everything was okay. Thinking that maybe you can whatever. And you guys are getting it. White did not know it was coming. Oh, the knight shows up on the board, and oh no, I forgot that you can promote to a damn knight. By the way, Zoltan Amasi is a very strong player, and forgot about knight promotion. Painful. A painful moment. A painful moment indeed that this actually happened in the game. The game continued. Give me that with check. Let's check you again. Let's trade off rooks, and now you're just down a piece. And black went on to win this game. So this was a modest head snapper moment. This is not that serious. This is not that serious. This was just to warm you up, so you can feel good about yourself. You can be like, oh, that was cute. That was cool. We survived one of Maurice's head snappers. Now, that was the setup. I was warning you. Now let's get to the real deal. This is the most impossible study I've ever seen in my life. And I've seen a lot of impossible studies. Let's get right to it. Wait a second. This is the position. I knew I screwed that up. But it's cool because the first move doesn't change anything. It's going to be the first move of the game. All right, here we go. This position was created by Kurokov and Mitrofanov. Actually, it's not fair to put one on white and one on black because this was co-authored by these two. All right? These were co-authored by these two great geniuses of chess. Now, I know you're like, how could you get this position? You captured a lot of things. That's how. You're right. You captured a lot of things. You only need 3 captures to get triple pawns, right? You only need 1, 2, 3 captures to get triple pawns. So if 6 captures were made, we got the triple pawns. Life goes on. I can start showing you game positions with triple pawns. I'm not sure I can show you a lot of them with 2 pairs of triple pawns. But the pawn structure is not the point. On the stream, unlikely things happen. Unlikely things happen every day. And we've seen it. So thank you very much. I just saw D-Spice 2 with the Prime subscription. But we saw the night promotion from the Duda Dubov game. This was a variation that could have happened. So we just saw the night promotion in that study. Not in the study, but in the game between Almasi, where Almasi went down. Now, Don't Cry Wolf, you're saying goodnight. You're running at the wrong time, Don't Cry Wolf. But then again, if you want to go to sleep, I get you. It's time to say goodnight because you're not going to go to sleep if you see this one. Let us now take a look at this position. Black, in this position, it is white to move and draw. White to move and draw. Draw, you say, who wants a draw? Like, why would we need a draw for? Well, you need a draw because black is threatening queen here. All right? Or queen here, even more evil, and queen here is mate. So black has 2 threats. Black has the threat of coming sideways and coming around and mating you, or even coming around and when your king moves going here, and then the queen will be able to go to a6, and mate you. I'll show all this in the variation. Don't Cry Wolf, I'm serious, you need to hang out, definitely. So there are two problems for white. Problem 1 and problem 2. So white starts off with the move queen to e5. The only way to do anything is to actually attack black. Now, the point of this move is twofold. Point number 1 is queen h8 is mate coming because queen back gets taken. So there's no time for black to play queen to b4 because of the queen h8 idea. So in this position, this is clearly composed, guys. This is definitely a composition. We're doing a puzzle. Puzzle time. We're doing a puzzle. So queen to e5. What can black do about this threat? I mean, it's just a monster threat on the board. Don't play queen d4 because black can just trade. Sorry, white can just trade and then just push and a queen's coming and then you're gone. So that's that. You cannot trade off. So black to move. Thank you, Neil Tennant. And watch this, the insanity about to happen on the board. Queen to e5. The threat is here. You can't stop this threat. You just simply can't stop the threat. So you have only one move. Only one move. And chess lovers pointed it out. The only move is to play check. It's the only move on the board is this check. You have to. Bye-bye queen, stop the mate. The only move to make. But remember, it's white to move and draw, not white to move and win. White to move and draw. So, in this position, king takes a5 is forced. Okay, king takes a5 has been played. So now, black plays an extraordinary move right now. Okay? Extraordinary. You ready? Black plays king to b7. You would think black wants the queen. The problem is, if you queen in this position, you get a queen, then white just simply goes back. And it's like you're back in the same thread again. And now it's not going to help you to play queen a5 because takes, you can't queen this time. The king will go down, and now you're getting mated. All right? So you cannot queen. You cannot queen. So in this position, after queen a5 takes, black must, no, sorry. In this position, queen a5 takes. Black must, let's just back up one move. White just played queen to e5. Black had to play queen a5, takes, and now black plays king to b7. Black now threatens to queen. Now you say, but how can this be any good? Right? How can this position be any good? Because now white must have a winning attack, like somehow, some way. The threat is to queen. White plays queen to b2 check. Now, if white were to wait around and play a move like e7, then obviously the queen happens, so you're just going to get mated. So you cannot do that. So white has to do something in this position, and that something is queen to b2 check. Now black sidesteps. Remember, black just put the king on b7 and allowed this check. But black couldn't play king to a7 because queen takes on c7. So black started with a little triangulation type maneuver, king to b7, and then when you play queen to b2, black plays the king over to a7. Now you may say, well, what's the problem? Why can't we just take this pawn now? We're good to go. No, you're not, because knight to d2 and you're dead. You are dead in the water because knight to b3 mate is threatened. And you cannot stop the mate reasonably. If you move the queen, let's say take this pawn, you get mated on another square. So the queen cannot touch the pawn on e2. It looks like, oh, I just take it. The knight backside is like, no, you're just dead. Look at how these triple pawns are walling off the white king. And the king has no escape because of these pawns. So you can't touch the e2 pawn. The e2 pawn is about to become a queen, and you're about to get mated. And by the way, the knight is also going to show up. So this is a double threat happening to white. The tower of power, indeed. So white is in trouble. What can white do here? Sack the queen. Sack the queen. So we saw black sack a queen. Now we see white sack the queen. Only move. King takes. King back down to a6. Now what? Now what? Now black queens. And now white says, let's go. Let's go. It's party time. You got a queen, but I'm about to queen and give mate in your face. Mate's coming. Don't try to stop me, by the way. Don't try to stop the mate, because I got another one, Biggie Smalls variation, and another one. And I got two of them who are about to become queens, and you can't stop both. G7, about to get a queen. So what must black do in this position? You guys know. You guys know. Sack the queen again. Sack the queen again. What the hell? What are we watching? What are we watching right now? Like, this is crazy. Black sacks a queen, white sacks a queen. Okay, now it's black's turn to sack a queen. The only move. The only move. King takes. King b7 again. Queens. e2. Threatening mate. You can't stop the mate. Remember, the knight's going to come back as well. Don't use your knight first, because this pawn will push and guard. Wait, I'm wrong. In this position, here, if you move your knight now, then the king goes up. So you can't move the knight too early, because that will happen. So that's why after king takes on a5, the second queen sack, the king has to go to b7 first. Now queens. Now, what comes next? I'm sorry, Triple X Jin. I'm sorry. Please tell me there won't be any more queen sacks. E2, the threat is mate. You can't stop the mate, so what must you do? Sack the queen again. That's 4 queen sacrifices. Black has sacrificed 2 queens. White has sacrificed 2 queens. All forced. All forced. Guarding b3 is not enough, because d2, knight takes c4 is also mate, Romeo. c4 is mate. So guarding b3 is not enough. What is happening right now? Could we rewind? Before we go any further, could we rewind? Rewind. We're going to rewind to the moment back. To this moment in time. We're going back in time. Back in time. To this moment. First move, queen to e5. Threatening mate. Only move. Queen sack number 1. King takes. Only move. Threatening your own mate that's coming. Check. Sidestep. Threatening this, and knight d2 is threatening on 2 squares. Only move. Sack the queen. You sack your queen. I sack my queen. Only move. Anticipate the new queen. New queen anticipated. Only move. G7. E7, by the way, loses. We can show that variation, but loses. The second queen sack takes. King goes up again. Queens. Push. Threatening to queen again. Another queen sack. What the hell? What the hell is going on? How is this a real chess position? King takes. King a6. What? King a6. Push. A new queen on the board. What does that mean? We got to get one too. You get a queen, I get a queen. You got a queen, I got a queen. I got another queen coming. What does black have to do? Stop it. This is not real. This cannot be real. What does black have to do? Sack the queen again. That's 3 times. You have to sack a damn queen. What the hell is going on? Takes. King back up to b7. But now white must be like losing, or how many more sacks can you do? Queens. Now black has no chance to play bloom, bloom, and bloom to sack a queen, but black has a knight. Black has a sole knight. Hello. Black has a knight. Black alone with a knight versus a queen. Black has a mate threat and another mate threat. White is in a box, and black has a knight. It's like, I only got a knight, mofo, but I got a knight. Screw you. I'm going to use just my knight. You've been sacking queens. I got a knight to use against you, and it's mate. I got a knight, and I'm not afraid to use it. Okay? White's got no choice. Zero choice. Sack the queen again. How many queens have been sacrificed? I can't. I can't. Black has sacrificed 3 queens. White has sacrificed the 3rd queen. And it's just like, how is this real? How is this real? All forced. How is this real? This is not 4 queen sacks. This is the 6th queen sack. Chipotle Sensei, you have not been counting. This is the 6th queen sack. 3 white queens and 3 black queens have been sacrificed. All right? 6. 6 queen sacrifices. And guess what? It's not done. It's not done. Stop. Oh my gosh. I got to drink. I got to drink some water. It's not done. Oh my gosh. It's terrible. It's terrible and terrifying. They must have composed this before weed was outlawed. Yo, throw my shirt out the window because we're sacking queens. The queen is the queen. The queen is the theme. Here it comes. It's ridiculous. Takes. King to a6. Now, what's amazing here? What's amazing is this. Knight takes c4. f6. I'm trying to get a queen. I'm trying to get a queen. Knight e5. F7, dude. F7. I'm going to go for a queen. I'm going for a queen. What do you have? What do you have? I'm getting a. Why can't you take this pawn? Because I'll push and it's a stalemate. You cannot stop the stalemate. Period. And done. You can't stop stalemate. This is just stalemate. Period. You can't lift it. The triple pawns are too strong. There's just stalemate. And that's it. So what's cool about this position? Wait a second. What's cool? What is cool? I can go back and I'll be good. Knight d7, trying not to. Boop, boop. I'm giving you the queen. The final queen sacrifice of the day, ladies and gentlemen. The 7th queen sacrifice of this puzzle. Thank you very much. Game over. Game over. Don't try knight b8 check, hoping that they sack the queen and maybe you can move your king afterwards, because now they'll laugh at you and back the king up and laugh and say, I'm not sacking my queen. I'm going to whoop your ass now with my queen is what I'm going to do. Thank you very much. So don't be stupid. Don't be stupid. You will get served in this position. So here it's time to take the queen and admit after a5 that it's a stalemate. That's ridiculous. That is one of the most, this has got to be the most ridiculous study I've ever seen. Don't cry wolf. You would have missed this. You would have missed this. Like, what the heck? You couldn't afford to miss this thing. Look at this thing. Stalemate is forced. E3, stalemate, whatever you play, stalemate. What an amazing study. How could we know this is where it was going to end up? How could we possibly know that this is where it was going to end up? Let us all start from the beginning. I like to recap just quickly. Queen e5, threatening mate. Queen check, sacrifice, forced. King up, threatening mate. Queen check, queen sacrifice. Number 2, forced. King down, pawn queens. G7, forced. By the way, are we supposed to drop into 10 tier 1 subs? I appreciate you. You're dropping it, and you drop it at a good moment because I'm going to show another line. Did you have to play G7? Why can't we just play E7? Is it that nuanced? Chipotle Sensei showing love as usual. Much appreciated indeed. But let us take a look at this line. Y'all, look at this. E7. The same deal. Check. King takes. King B7. Queens. Like, why is the variation different? We're seeing the same thing. Check. Takes. Push. Why is the variation different? King down. Right? Right? Wrong. Because in this position, black plays queen to G3 and laughs. Duh, your G-pawn is not going to queen. G-pawn is not going to queen now. Now we're going to get back to mating your butt on the other side. Now you are in deep trouble. You can try to run, but ready or not, here I come. You can't hide. I'm going to find you and make you hurt now. That's what's up. I play my enemies like a game of chess, no stress. If y'all know who that is, let me know y'all know who that is for real. So, at any rate, this position, queen to G4. Thank you, 2 Knight, oh hawk. Queen G4, and you can't stop what's coming. This, running at you, mates. That's right. The Fugees, but who's the singer? Who's the singer? Let us hear who's the singer. Kogan, you got it. Miss Hill, that's what's up. Ready or not, here I come. You can't hide. So no, G7 is the wrong. E7 was the wrong move. We got to back up to this moment when E7 was the wrong move. G7 is the right move because now when we go down the line, check, down, push. You can't stop that pawn from queening. There's no queen G3. There's no queen jump over your own pawn. That's why you do that. That's why you play G7 instead of E7. So you have to be accurate even in this position. Now another queen sack and another one and another queen and another one. And here we go. And finally, we let the queens rest as it's a stalemate. Amazing. An amazing study of the highest level. Incredible study. Now, couldn't you have played queen takes C7? Now, you know, ET, you couldn't have played no queen takes C7. There's going to be no point at any point that there was going to be a queen takes C7 unless, you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. There's no way. I don't even know what point you're talking about during the game because white never is in reach of the C7 square. Queen takes C6. White's trying to draw the game. If you play queen takes C6 at any point when black is defending the C6 pawn, then you're going to get mated. You're going to lift the stalemate. You don't want to play queen takes C6. You lift your own stalemate. There's never a point that white could play queen takes C6. I'm going to go back. Queen E5. So no queen C6. Now I'm just trying to figure out when you want to play queen C6. Okay, here. You're not going to play queen C6 here because you're going to lift the stalemate. So you can't do that. You've got to sack your queen. There's no point where white can reasonably play queen C6. White is trying to draw the game. White is fighting for the last breath. Mikael Smith's love. Just your typical 7 queen sacrifice stalemate game. Nothing to see here. Everybody just keep it moving. Nothing to see. Okay, then we're going to keep it moving on that remark. And now for the next trick. This next game is not a study. It's not composed. But you're going to see something remarkable happen in this game. So damn sick. And you're also going to feel some pain. Be ready. You're going to feel some pain. Because what happens in this game is not fair. It's not right. It's not okay. Whitney Houston, I'm hearing you. It's not right. But how does the song go? It's not right. But it's not. I'm gonna make it anyway. Whitney, boy, Whitney could get it down. At any rate, here we go. On to the next one. On to the next one. On to the next one. Boom, 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 boom. On to the next one. Gavrish versus Nestor. This game's gonna be slick. This game's gonna be sick. You just saw a sick puzzle. Now you're gonna watch a sick game of one of those levels. These players are not 2700s. They're 2300 players. But look at how you're going to enjoy this game. We're just going to get through the opening because you know how it goes. You play the opening, you take the pawn, yeah, and then the Queen's Gambit accepted, right? The bishop comes out. You push the pawn, the knight comes out, breaks in the middle, yeah. Knight gets to c4, bishop d5. Yeah, you know, white's doing well here. Knight on the e5 and drop the bishop back. Gonna want to trade it. Probably should have traded if you're black. Pieces just coming out. Pieces have developed, blah. Queen b6. Pieces have developed. That's all that matters for the moment. Now, we've got to an interesting point in the game. All right? Black has got the king still in the middle of the board for the moment. But black's solid. So white plays a little tricky move here, a5. It's always nice to spice up the game, even if it doesn't win. You play a little spicy move. A little spice. A little of that old spice, you know, just a little bit. Just a little bit. So, right now, if you take, then bishop a4 check, your king is still stuck in the middle. And be careful because anything you put here is going to be pinned. So you don't want to do nonsense, all right? For example, a little knight c6 action, rook c1. And this is exactly what we're talking about because now we got things that are becoming sacrifices just to pin you and win you. You don't want to suffer this position. For example, if rook to c8, let's just play it. Give me that. You play with the bishop, and now we could play different moves. Rook takes looks really good. Boom. You got to take. Boom, and it's over. Okay. As we said, you don't want to get pinned. There are probably other moves as well. We're not worried about it. So black saw a5 and said no biggie, queen here. This pawn on a5 is kind of sweet. It's kind of nice to have on a square. Isolating this pawn artificially. So now a trade, and the other knight goes to e5. And now bishop to b5. Now, folks, ladies and gentlemen, watch this bishop. Watch this bishop. By the way, it's meaningless right now, and it should never have been a factor in this game. But watch the bishop. Rook to c1, rook to d8. Aggressing the pawn. And now, this, so far, not great play. I mean, not difficult play, just chess happening. Bishop to b3, and now castles. Now, our first neck snapper. Neck snapper moment. This position, castles loses. Simply loses. White is now winning. The word is winning, by the way. Winning. Not won. Winning. So what's your white play here? Something involving e6, f7, and g6. AMC, A. McDonald. Seriously, you know we need moves. We need moves. We don't need speculation. We need moves. What's the move? What move do you play is the question. Right now, what should white do? Wow, some vicious moves you guys are playing. Damn. Bishop 8-6, knight g6, knight f7. all looking spicy and sexy. Queen can't go to G2. Bishop can't go to C7. Knight, yo, some of your guesses are redonkulous. Redonkulous. Okay. Rook C7 doesn't work. But Rook C7 just allows takes, and then you're lost. Especially with this pin on you, and you did nothing. But Rook C7 is a good idea. So in this position, White played Knight to G6. A great move. But I will say, all of you who said Knight F7, also a great move. Because Rook C7 is coming, Bishop E6 is coming, and there's going to be pressure! 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 That's what's going to happen. Knight F7 is a bomb of a move in this position. Boom! Nasty move. You take, we do work, and we're headed here. We're headed on the square. We're headed on the square. You're going to get hurt. Going to get hurt. Levert. Knight F7 was a fantastic move. If you had seen it, Knight F7. All right? So, that was a great move. But Knight G6, also a fine move. Also a fine move. Forking, working. You're about to get served with Rook C7. Simple chess. Simple chess. You're about to get hurt. All right? Thank you, Bob. Knight G6. So Black is about to get served. So Black played FG6, Rook C7, and Queen of B8. You thought you were going to take my bishop, but I got you pinned. Slow your roll. Slow your roll, okay? Slow your roll. We ain't have to see all that, okay? You're hoping against hope, dreaming against dream, because guess what happened next? Boom! Give me the pawn. I don't need to take your bishop now. My rook is doing work. Look at this diagonal. We're about to disco you all over your face. This is going to be John Travolta all over your face right now. Disco. Saturday night, what was it? Saturday Night Fever. This is what's going to happen right here. Except it's a Monday night. Look at this. There's a disco there. There's a disco there. There's a disco there. There's disco everywhere. Rook takes E6. Beautiful. It's over, y'all. It's over. It's done. It's finished. Why are we even showing this game? Knight to D5. Black says, let's block the diagonal. Let's stop the pin. Let's attack your bishop. Let's attack your rook. You said it was over. Give me your bishop. What are you talking about? Your knight's pinned. I got the double barrel on the G7 square. You're about to get mated. What are you doing? Pain is coming. Pain is coming. Rook takes F4. Limping ahead. Limping. Don't hurt me, mister. Please don't hurt me. I'll be a good boy. Yeah, okay, whatever. Now, in this position, White played Queen of C2. About to get hurt. About to get worked. Queen C2 is a nice move. White could play this move. Why? The threat is going to be monstrous. Monstrous, I tell you. If you play Rook to F6 to guard the pawn, Rook takes. King over. Slide to the right. Slide to the left. Slide to the right. The threat is Matutski in your face. By the way, don't play Knight to F4 because that's mate. Nasty. Don't play Rook to F4 because, boom, give us that. Knight takes, then it's mate. So, Queen D2, slide to the right. G5 is forced. Slide to the left. Crisscross. Crisscross. You're about to get mated on the other square. Queen C2 would have won in style, won with finesse. Queen C2, a winning move. But White saw another winning move. Give me the knight. Just give me the knight. Just give me the knight and pass the jug. Wait a minute. Just take it. Then give me this. Check. Give me that with check. Give me another check. And now let me shift to the left. Shift to the left. Now, the threat is mate. The threat is your queen. You're about to die. By the way, we should point out there was no need to do all this. White could have also played the very nasty queen to c1. That's like hyper diaper duper duper nasty move. Because all the threats are in the position. The rook is going to hang. Rook here is going to happen. Everybody's going to drop. You can't don't just sit there and die. It's over. Okay, but White didn't see that. White played a great move anyway. Rook to b7. And now it looks like Matutski, looks like your queen. Looks like it's a good time for the little man to resign. The game is over, says Mr. Leonid Gavrish. I've played like a genius. I'm going to go show my friends this great game. It's going to be great. It's going to be good. It's going to be wonderful. Be careful. Somebody just suggested I would have played Rook H8. You could play Rook H8 if you want to lose the game. This is a good way to lose a chess game. That would be bad. That would be a messed up way to lose a chess game now that the rook's going to land on d1. Sorry, I'm just saying. Sorry, it would have been a messed up way to play a chess game and just lose the game. You feel me? So don't play that. No, White didn't fall for that. But rook to b7. Looks like it's done. Looks like it's done. Until Black played queen to e5, as some of you have mentioned, and guarding mate, and you can't take because your queen's hanging. You know when you're just like beating somebody and then they're like, wait a minute, wait, slow your roll, let's just put the queen on e5 right now, and I know, yeah, you're probably winning, but let me just throw my queen on e5. What? So now White's like, oh my goodness, my back rank. My back rank is a problem on my back rank. However, White should have been fearless in this position. Why? How do you say? Again, slide to the left. The slide to the left. Get out of the pin. White should have gotten out of the pin, threatening the queen in this position. The queen has to chill, right? Because if you play queen takes d4, now you can block, you're guarding the mate, you're threatening your own mate. All of a sudden, White goes, boom, give me your rook, chick, and your queen now is stretched and it's Matutski in your face. So queen c1 right here was a fantastic move. Fantastic, you say. That's right, because if you play rook takes on d4, leaving the threat or escaping the threat, then White can just simply play, give me that with check, because your rook was blocking me from having access. I hear you, Kogan. It's coming. Queen c1 would have won the game. Too many threats. Too many threats. The queen is threatened. Queen takes, rook is threatened. Mate's going to happen. Too many threats. Too many threats. Instead of queen c1, does queen e2 work? Nope, because I take you. Watch out for that bishop. Watch out for that bishop. So what did White do? White said, look, here's the deal. I'm going to stop mate on the back rank. That's what I'm going to do. I think the problem is to stop mate on the back rank. That's what I need to do. Just stop the mate on the back rank. Good move. Just stop the mate on the back rank. That's all. Just stop the mate on the back rank. Let's just do that. And White and Black now has to be careful, because if Black plays rook f takes, but this rook is hanging, now suddenly this check shows up and you're in deep trouble. Remember, your queen cannot move. Your queen simply cannot move because of what's coming. So you're just going to get mated. Mate's coming. Queen's coming down. Mate's coming. Somebody back. Don't play this move, because again we sack. One more time. One more time. I'm going to celebrate. That's it. Game over. So it finally is looking like finally, G3, finally, we're going to win this game. We're going to win this game. Finally. Except he took with the other rook. Now the queen's no longer hanging. Damn queen is guarding a lot of stuff. Two rooks doubled along the rank. Okay, no problem. No problem. I mean, the guy's fighting back. We need a move. Our queen's hanging, so let's play queen c1. He found queen c1. All right. Queen c1. It's happening now. It's happening. Things are happening. We're going to have a nice little nasty check going to happen at some point. Something's happening. What's the deal? What's the deal? Your rook's hanging. What's the deal? Rook back to c4. Hitting the queen. Okay. How do we win? How do we win? There's a threat to the queen. How do we win? And right now, white should play queen to e3. Chess is hard. White should play queen to e3. The point is your queen cannot leave because it's mate. It's mate. Okay, you cannot leave. And if the rook comes back, now you take this piece. Now you take. And if takes, be careful. Don't take because check and check wrecks everything. Take the rook next, then take this pawn, and black's like, safe! Safe at first base. But instead, in this position, first you interpolate, he said interpolate, check, make the king move, wherever you want to move, and then take the queen. And now your rooks do the dance. Do the dance, make a little love, have fun tonight. All right, so wait a second. Rook cd4, queen c5 is not possible because the queen is holding on e5. So the problem will not work. So rook cd4. Excuse me, I'm in this position. I'm in this position. So queen e3 is winning. Queen e3 is winning. Now get ready for the head snapper. Get ready, folks. Queen to d2. And he puts the rook back on d4. What do you say? If queen to e3, rook here, isn't queen c5 here winning? Yeah, I'd say it's winning. King g8. There's no mate. You have to trade queens, and you get the same variation. We have to play check. We just look. This is the same variation. Queen c5 is the exact same variation. Doesn't change because you check. They don't have to accept your queen in this position. Just move the king over. You have no mate. That's guarded, so you have no mate. You have no mate. This one, sorry, the queen doesn't. Ooh, that's a nice move. If it was good, but it's not. So queen check doesn't do anything because a rook can block. So that's game. So you have to trade and go into the end game we just showed with this check, and then you take this piece. All right? So both the same lines, just by transposition. So now, are you ready, folks? In this position, rook to d2, rook to d4, after queen d2. And now white said, I finally have black. I finally have him. And play the move g takes f4. Finally. Now, you take my queen, I take your queen. No, sorry, I play check first. You take my queen, I play check, then I take your queen, and it's finally over. After all this, the mate has been hanging out all this time. I take, and it's over. And it is over for white. Let's flip the board. Let's flip the board. Because now, this bishop that's been sitting here this whole time that I told you to pay attention to wakes up. Because black plays the next move. And it's a doozy. And people are spotting it. This happened after just, the wind is in his mouth. White saw this move land on the board. Queen g5. Boom! Like, what the hell is this? Queen g5 comes out of nowhere. No, like, where did this, what How? Who? But it's so bad. It's so bad. It's so bad. First of all, the bishop is sitting on b5. Must guard the f1 square. It's important the king cannot go to f1. It's precise. If you don't take the queen and you move the king, then bishop c6 is over. Lights out. You got to throw that. You got to throw your queen. It's going to be mate. That's the first problem. But here's the real problem. F takes g5. Rook to g4 with check. Black is down. Massive material. Check. You cannot go to this square. You must go to h1. Bishop c6. Oh, if it was only mate. If only it were mate. You know, you just lose now. You just lose now. You're like, damn, I just missed this check. But it's not mate. You can keep moving. F3. Boom, give me your pawn check. Queen g2. You made me suffer, mofo. Boom, give me your queen with check. King to g1. You made me suffer in this game. Boom, take this. Another check. Every move. No. This is what you get for doubling rooks on my seventh. This is what you get for attacking my queen. This is what you get for taking my rook. Just boom, and a boom, and a boom. It's every move. Oh my God, this is terrible. It's like the worst of the worst. How could this have been a real game? It's actually happened to white. This actually happened. And what's worse is white punch drunk. Play king f1. Boom, I check you again. And boom, I take your pawn. And now white is like, what the hell just happened? I mean, the vacuum cleaner, the cleaning lady came in, or it was like the cleaning crew. Guys, all of you, come on, yeah, come in. Take everything. It's just, we mean take it. Yeah, everything. Just take it all. Just take everything. That bishop, an angry bishop, that really was terrible. The bishop was like, let's back up. Let's back up to the moment when it all goes down. White plays the move. G takes f4 and thinks, I'm winning. This game is over. The game is over. Head snapper. Check. What? Check, mother, check, effing check, and another check, and I'm checking you again, and I'm taking your pawn, and you got nothing left. Oh my goodness. This game was over the board, thank you very much. This wasn't online. This was over the board. This is a real chess game being played in this game. This game was played in 2010 in the Ukrainian Championship, round 4 between these two players. And this is what happened. Clean up on the G file. Clean up. Excuse me. Clean up on the G file. Clean up on the G file. G file, the gangster file. Yo, it wasn't right. How did this just happen? How did this actually happen to somebody? Whatever you feel bad about, you just lost your latest chess game. At least this didn't happen to you. You feel me? At least this didn't happen to you. Like, what just happened? You're just winning. Like, I was winning. But White is still walking around somewhere in Lvov. I was winning. But I was winning. I was, though. I was. Okay, it's okay. Just come, okay? No, but I was winning. Come eat your porridge. It's okay. But I was winning. I was winning. Terrible. Yeah, card player. It is absolutely time to retire. Stuff like this happens. This is not, yo, man, this is not right. For PTSD, why no? I mean, come on. It's not right what happened to white in this game. I mean, white played like a genius until you do one mistake. You know, all it takes is one mistake. All it takes is one mistake. And, wow. So, again, white should have gone back to c1 and then play queen e3, and that would have been winning. Let me just say, you know, there's certain things you shouldn't say. What's the difference? If you go back, you take on f1. Now, if you try this little random check trick, white takes it. And when you play check, the queen's not on d2. Excuse me, the queen's on e3. Queen G3, and now black can safely resign. Like that, now it's over. The queen on E3 is a better piece than the queen on D2. But in this position, that's not that's not what happened. White played queen to D2. Here. One square back. Right here, white played queen to D2 instead. And when this rook move happened, took and faced the wrath of the enemy bishop. Hey, that bishop turn. I mean, how does a bishop do this kind of work? Stop it. By the way, I'm curious as to why white didn't play king F2 at least. Right? At least play king. I mean, this is when you're really punch drunk that you're like, I'm just gonna move pieces because here, at least you get this pawn, you know. At least you get the pawn. You're gonna lose, but at least you get the pawn. No, he put the king on F1 in this position and allowed this check, and then rook takes G5, and that was that.